Hi there, this is Vivs here. In this video, let's continue our games with the string class. So I have a string that says hello from Vivs and I have printed it along with its length, which is 15. Now I can get a particular character by saying s1.charAt. All I have to do is pass the position. Remember, the position starts from 0. So if I say s1.charAt 0, it's going to give me the first letter, which is H. In fact, instead of printing it, I can store it inside a variable of type char. I can say char first equals to that. And if I run the program, nothing will happen because we are not printing it. Let's try to access the last character, which is at position 15. Now if I say first over here, and if I run the program, we are going to get an error because the length of the string is 15. That means the characters start from 0 and the last position ends at 14. The error says string index out of bounds exception. It says out of range. You're trying to access a position that doesn't exist, and Java will throw an error when you do that. So here we say position 14 here, and we should be able to see the last letter, which happens to be Z. Now obviously we can use a for loop and go all the way from 0 to 14 and print each character. Let's try that. Let's go add for I here, press enter, I is 0, I less than the length of the string, which is s1.length. In this case, we'll simply say s1.charAt position I, and we are going to print this by saying sout and cut this and paste it inside. So this is going to print each character on a new line for our string. Notice that I have a semicolon there. Let's remove it, click run at the top, and we should be able to see this nice output that shows one character per line. Now I can get the index of a particular item by saying indexOf, let's say the character O. Where is it located? I can print it. It gives me an index actually, which is an integer, and I can print that integer by saying sout index over here. If you run the program, you should be able to see 4 in the answer. Remember, it starts at 0. That means this is going to be position number 4. Now what happens if I enter a character that does not exist? Let's say capital Z. Click run at the top, and this time you will see that the answer is -1. Now even though we have a small z, capital Z doesn't match with that because this index method is case sensitive and it gives you a -1, indicating that it was not able to find that particular character. Now we can search for an entire string as well. You can say indexOf from over here, click run at the top, and it is going to give you the position of the first letter F, which is 6 in our case. Now if I make it small here, this is going to give us a -1, as the two text pieces are different in terms of their case. Now let's use another form of indexOf where you can specify how many characters you should skip. Let me show you what I mean. Currently, if I go and put L here, I'm trying to find the first index of the character L, which appears at position number 2. But we also know that there is another L at position 3. What if I want to display that? In that case, I'll tell the indexOf method that find L after skipping the first 3 characters, which means HEL won't be considered, and then the indexOf method will search for the first L, which is at position 3. Now I can check if a string contains something or not. I can say s1.contains and I can pass a piece of text inside. Let's say small from and see what happens. It is going to give either true or false if the text is not found. So here it returns false because the from that we have in the text is different from the one we are passing. Let's pass the from with a capital F, and now when you click run, you should be able to see true at the bottom. Now let's say our string had a lot of spaces in the beginning and towards the end, and we can remove all these extra spaces by saying s1.trim, which actually gives us a string. Let's click run and you will see that we have the string without spaces. But remember one thing, that we are not modifying the original string. Right now, when you say s1.trim, you can get string s2 from it by saying s1.trim here. Now if you print S1, it is still going to be that string which has spaces, whereas S2 will be a new string that does not contain spaces. Take a look at this in the output. The same way we have the S1.toUpperCase and toLowerCase methods. Now both of them give us a new string containing the complete uppercase and lowercase variations of our original string hello from Vivs. Now remember one thing, that the original string is never modified when you are using the string class. All these methods give you a new string that you can store or print on the screen. Now let's take a look at the substring method. You tell the starting position and it will give you a part of the string from that position. So here I have set 5, which is going to start here and go all the way till the end of the string. Now S2 points to this text which I have printed here on the screen. Now I can also specify start and an ending position. So when I say 5 to 10, it includes everything starting at 5 and goes all the way up to 10 but does not include 10. And therefore from is printed when I give the starting and ending positions. So feel free to play with these two methods. Now if you give an index which is outside the range of the substring method or any of the other methods, you will get the same string index out of bounds exception. Be sure to go to Google and type string index out of bounds exception to learn more about it. So hopefully you guys have understood how to play with the different methods in the string class. Now many beginners do ask me how I remember these method names. The answer is I don't. If I have to find something, I just go to Google and say Java string class methods, and then I read about the particular method to understand what it accepts and what it does and what it returns. So feel free to Google all these methods and read more about them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.